I've been one that have always said that if you as a man do not have children, I think you have the right to form your family on your own. I do not think a man that have no children should be getting involved with ready-made families. I don't agree with that. Not at all. I mean, of course, you can do you, of course, because, in the black community, we're shamed as black men if we say something like that. Like we are supposed to take ready-made families. Now, I said that single mothers and single fathers should get together and blend their families together and raise those kids together because I think they're better fit for each other. But case in point, this woman is asking a real, important question to a lot of you men, out there who don't have any children.
If you as a man don't have kids, what is the reason to date a single mom? What is the logical reasoning? What is the thought process? What is the reason that you would risk so much to date a single mom? The number one advice that I hear women telling other women is not to date broke men, right? But the equivalent of a woman dating a broke man is dating a single mom, but in my opinion, it's worse because dating a single mom, it comes with more to lose.
And yes, what she said about the broke men, the single mothers will say, I don't want no broke man. They will say that all day long. The single mother will say they want the same $200,000, $300,000 a year man. They'll say that. But yet the single mother is, have a child or children. What if the dad is still around, the dad coming in and out the house, calling XYZ. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be dealing with that. Well, what if the dad is some, crazy fool like Lamar from BMF? What if he's crazy like that? You got to be dealing with that issue. You know how many men have lost their life behind a baby daddy? Or men who are in prison right now because they had to put down the baby daddy? I'm just saying, it's a lot of things and this dude don't even have no kids. And yet he's getting involved with a situation like that. I mean, I think you should have, listen, if you can't find a woman in the United States, a lot of men say, well, you don't understand, man. Most of these women got kids. No, not women got all kids. No. Listen, those of you who on social media, trust me, you should be putting bullet points. And when it comes to you want to date, and you should have to say, listen, these type of women I don't date, and you just have a bullet point and say single mothers. Now, you type single mothers, and you a guy that women deem attractive, the single mother's going to jump in your DM. And they're going to ask you, well, why don't you date single mothers? Nothing wrong with us. And the first thing you tell them, say, you're right. Nothing wrong with you. You may be a great person. You may be the best person to slice bread. I'll never say that just because you're a single mother, you're a bad person. But you're not the person for me because I want to make my own family. I want to get married one day, and I want to experience with my wife the birth of my first child. You understand? And you say, but, I had a child. I mean, I'm still willing to have more children. That's not the same. It's just not the same. And too many variables may come with you that I'm not willing to deal with and I'm not mature enough to deal with. So that's why. It's nothing against you. You say, but hey, I know there's somebody out there for you, and I hope you find them. Now, if they get with a single father, listen, a single father is cool. He's cool because they got something in common. He's dealing with the mom of his child and vice versa by the dad. They can have them conversations. They can put their family together. If they have more children, that's great. Listen, it works out so much better, single father, single mother. Those are the unions that should be promoted and advocated for. Why don't we pressure more single fathers to get with single mothers and more single mothers to get with single fathers? Why don't we pressure them? Why are you always trying to pressure a single man who don't have no kids and shame him to not date a single mother that got 2-3 kids? Saying a real man a step up. Why you mean a real man? No, the real man is they daddy. He needs to step up. You even have Umar Johnson out here trying to shame black men about single mothers. Okay, Umar, why aren't you married to the single mother then? You're not married to one, but you're going to tell other black men they should be, taking it's the village. Go get that village daddy. Go get him. Bring him back to the village and say, hey, you got your children over here. Get with your children and raise them. Stop leaving your children out here in the village to tear it up. See, you notice that nobody talk about that responsibility? Go and get these fathers and say, come on, raise your doggone kid. You want to shame single men? I would never, no, I have a son. I would go off on somebody to try to shame my son about he should be with, he need to raise some single mother with her children, the daddy not around. He don't pay no child support. He don't do anything. And my son have no children. He has none. I'll go off on my son if he told me he wanted to be with a girl that got kids. I will go off. At the end of the day, he can do what he want, but I will go off on him. I'm like, boy, no. You deserve to have your own children with your wife. But, he's never told me he wanted to be a, stepdad and nothing like that. So, I'm cool with that. But, yeah, with this situation right here, make men, if you have no children, you have a right to have that experience, to have your first child with your wife who don't have a child. And y'all experience that together. You have a right to do that. And don't let nobody shame you about that experience that you want to have that shouldn't be taken away from you. Or when you say, well, let's say you wanted 3 kids, say, well, I'm willing to have 2 because I already got one. So basically, I lose out on having a child because you already got one. See that you run into that too, fellas. I have one more, but I'm not having no more. So I get to lose out on having kids. That's why I'm saying, if you have no children, get with women that don't have children. You won't have them issues and problems.